This is going to center around the Cleveland Indians, but if they get eliminated or if something happens where they don't advance, we'll go ahead and we'll look at some of these other games. As you can see, obviously they didn't add spots for all of the playoff games, so I set the playoff bracket up to look a little bit different but somewhat similar, with Atlanta playing Miami in the wild card round, and then I've got the Cubs playing the Padres in the National League wild card, with the winner playing the Dodgers, and then over in the American League, of course, I already told you the Indians and the Yankees because that happened, and then the division series game will be Houston and Oakland because that happened, and then the winner of this one playing Tampa. So we're going to have, I believe it's Shane Bieber and Garrett Cole on the mound for today's game. And we're going to go ahead and get this set up here for you. Now what's going to happen here, actually, we'll stick with this, but it happened a little bit differently where the Yankees visited the Indians, but this is okay. Let me get the Indians uniforms set then. And we will go ahead and we will get started with this game here this afternoon. So it'll be Shane Bieber versus Garrett Cole, the American League wildcard game. It's coming up here in just a little bit. There you see the starting lineups. We'll show them again for you. And we welcome you inside the new Yankees Stadium for the 2020 AL wildcard game between the Cleveland Indians and the New York Yankees. Of course, this is a rematch of one of the real wildcard series. As we told you, this actually took place in Cleveland, but I set it up a different way. But looking forward to bringing you this one. It'll be Shane Bieber and Garrett Cole. Of course, this was game one of that series, which was won by the Yankees. And we'll take a little bit look at some stats here. I believe those are actually from last year. I don't believe that those were from this year. I can tell you that the Indians did finish second in the American League Central, and I believe the Yankees finished second in the AL East. Obviously, they did. Tampa won that division, so we're going to get ready here for some baseball this afternoon, folks. Glad you can be with us. And there you can see Garrett Cole. Some inverted stats from the 2020 season. Let's get his real stats for you for this year. In 2020, Garrett Cole was 7-3 with a 2.84 ERA, as Cesar Hernandez will lead things off for the Indians, and we are underway here in New York. First pitch, outside ball one, first pitch. We're going to say about 3:45 Eastern. Ignore the time that's on the screen. So Garrett Cole starts Cesar Hernandez off with a ball. The next pitch, taking at the knees, strike one, 1-1 to count. Decent night here in New York, 61 degrees. It is an overcast sky this evening, but a beautiful night for baseball nonetheless. 1-1 pitch to Hernandez. There's a swing and a foul ball, so the count goes to 1-2. Garrett Cole, 4-seam fastball, slider, knuckle curve changeup, and 2-seam fastball. As here's a ground ball to second base. Shortstop picked up by Gleyber Torres, and he will throw Cesar Hernandez out to start the ball game here this afternoon. And let's get a look at the Cleveland Indians starting lineup for you. You just saw Cesar Hernandez. Jose Ramirez bats second. Francisco Lindor bats third. Carlos Santana bats fourth. Franmil Reyes will bat fifth. And we'll go ahead here with Jose Ramirez. First pitch way inside, ball one. Garrett Cole is an original draft pick of the Yankees. He did not sign. He elected to go to the University of California, Los Angeles, UCLA instead. He then was a first-round pick of the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Pirates traded him to Houston just before last season, and of course in the off-season, Cole signed with the Yankees. There's a foul ball, went into the count to Jose Ramirez. 1-2 pitch, fouls it off. Do it again at 1-2. Garrett Cole stands 6'4", 220 pounds. Down ball 2-2 the count. He's a native of, Garrett Cole is a native of Newport Beach, California. 2-2 the count to Jose Ramirez. Ramirez had a terrific year this year, batting .292. Here's a fly ball to left field. Going back is Clint Frazier, and he makes the catch for out number 2. So Jose Ramirez gives it a ride, but Frazier makes the play, and that brings up Francisco Lindor. Lindor did not have a good 2020 season. Well, by Lindor's standards at least, it was not a great 2020 season. Only batting .258. A lot of questions about what's going to happen with Lindor here in the off-season. Is he going to remain in Cleveland for one last season or go? 2-0 the count to Lindor. In some regards, the Indians would probably be wise to part ways with Lindor and get a nice deal for him. I don't know if I see that happening. Here's a ground ball into center field, base hit, and so Lindor with a 2-out hit. And there's a nice little poke, bouncing ball up the middle. You can always count on Lindor for a quick hit. So 2 away for Carlos Santana. He had a very, very subpar year. The pitch hits the outside corner for a strike 0-1. Santana is a free agent. No telling if he'll be back in Cleveland after this year or not. Definitely won't be getting the contract that he got when he left following the conclusion of the 2017 season when he signed with Philadelphia for, I believe, a $60 million deal it was. The pitch. Strike 3 called, and that'll do it. So the Indians get a hit. They're not able to score. We'll go to the bottom of the first. The score, the Indians nothing, and the Yankees coming to bat. Shane Bieber on the mound for the Indians. Shane Bieber in 2020 had a record of 8-1 with a 1.63 ERA. He won a pitching triple crown this year. He had a terrific year, and it's too bad that it ended in a wild card series loss because it was a terrific year for Shane Bieber. DJ LeMahieu will lead things off for the Yankees here, bottom half of the first. First pitch taking strike 1, 0-1 the count. Shane Bieber forcing fastball, slider, knuckle curve, changeup, and cutter. Oh, 1 pitch to LeMahieu, swings and hits a fly ball in center field. Oscar Mercado is there, and he will make the catch for out number 1. I believe that's Delano DeShields, actually. And let's look at the starting lineup for the New York Yankees. So that brings up Aaron Judge for the first pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Shane Bieber is an original draft pick of the Cleveland Indians, 4th round of the 2016 amateur draft. His judge fouls it away for strike 2. He stands 6'3", 200 pounds. He is a product of the University of California, Santa Barbara, and pitched for them in the World Series as Judge strikes out and is quickly 2 away. So both Cole and Shane Bieber making quick work of their respective sides. Brings up Aaron Hicks, the number 3 hole this afternoon. He fouls it away for strike 1. Shane Bieber is out of Orange, California, so a couple of California boys pitching against each other. 0-1 delivery, down low. Oh no, they're going to say it was a strike, so, or ball 1. 1-1 the count. Hicks, first round pick, as you can see. 1-1 the count, taking outside, ball 2, 2-1. Well, Shane Bieber, definitely a guy that you can build around. There were a lot of fans that were disdained at the loss of Corey Kluber, but he really picked up the slack. And I really think with him and with Carlos Carrasco sticking around for a couple of years, you do have a good, as strike 2 is called. The Indians do have a good rotation. I'd like to see them add another veteran arm, but with Bieber and Carrasco and Savali and Plesac, who both had great years, I believe the Indians are going to be pretty good with years to come. You might see them stick with Tristan McKenzie as well. The 2-2 pitch, swing, and a miss, strike 3, and the Yankees are down in order. So after 1, it is the no score, as you can see. Shane Bieber, big strikeout right there. Franmil Reyes will lead things off here in the top of the 2nd for the Indians. Indians looking for more production than what they had last inning. The first pitch, up and in, ball for strike 1, 0-1 the count. A 1 pitch, Rays taking outside, ball 1, 1-1. Franmil Reyes, of course, was part of a 3-way team trade last year that sent him to Cleveland and sent Trevor Bauer out. 2-1 the count. The Indians also received Yusei Puig in that deal. They also received some minor league prospects. Next pitch, here's a ground ball to first, picked up by Voigt, takes it to Garrett Cole, and he steps on first for out number 1. Let's go ahead and look at the defensive alignment for the New York Yankees. Clint Frazier, former Indian, is in left field. Aaron Hicks is in center. Aaron Judge is in right. Gio Urshela is at third. Gleyber Torres is at shortstop. DJ LeMahieu is at second. Luke Voigt is at first, and of course Gary Sanchez is pitching. That's going to bring up Tyler Naquin. Naquin taking low and inside, ball 1. Outside. Inside. Naquin coming back from a pretty serious injury last year. Swing and a miss, strike 1, 1-1 to count. Cole's next pitch, here's a swing and a foul. Two-two pitch. Fouls it off again. In 2020, Tyler Naquin batted .218 with 4 home runs and 29 RBIs and 133 at-bats. So it was a struggle, but again, he was coming off an injury, and he had some injury problems this year as he swings and misses for strike 3. It's the second strikeout for Garrett Cole of the evening. And there's 2 away. Nick went way behind on that one. Well, this is the type of pitching matchup you can expect here in the playoffs, and that the playoffs are famous for, so it should be an enjoyable one. That brings up Roberto Perez. Low and away, ball 1. Roberto Perez is a Gold Glove nominee for the 2020 season. He is an outstanding defensive pitcher. He leaves a little bit to be desired offensively, but Perez has a great rapport with his starting pitchers. He's learned from one of the best in Sandy Alomar Jr. on the Indians coaching staff, and I believe Perez in some kind of a role will be around for a while. The next pitch, low, ball 2-2-2. He doesn't hit for a lot of power, but Perez is still a very valuable pitcher, especially if he's going to win Gold Gloves. As the count goes full, Josh Naylor, part of the Mike Clevenger trade, is on deck, and boy did he have a great postseason run with the Indians. The 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll do it for the Indians in the top half of the second. No score after an inning and a half. Giancarlo Stanton will lead things off for the Yankees. Bottom half of the second, no score here at Yankee Stadium. AL wildcard game. The first pitch in there for strike 1. Stanton hit a home run that really broke things open in Game 1 of the AL Division Series this year. Here's a ground ball right at Francisco Lindor, and he will make the play for out number 1. Let's go ahead and look at how things set up defensively for the Cleveland Indians. Josh Naylor will be in left field. Delino DeShields is in center. Tyler Naquin is in right field. Jose Ramirez is at third base. Francisco Lindor is the shortstop. Cesar Hernandez is at second. Carlos Santana is at first, and Roberto Perez is behind the plate. Bieber starts Luke Voigt off with a ball. Voigt had a pretty good division series or wild card series for the Yankees in Cleveland. 1-0 pitch. Down low, 2-0 the count. Two-0 pitch.
Outside, that's
up and away, ball 3, so 3-0. Gio Urshela is on deck. The next pitch, swing and a strike 1 and 3 in front to Luke Voigt. Voigt taking inside, almost hit him for ball 4, so that is the first walk of the game issued by Shane Bieber, and that brings up Giovanni Urshela, who is a former Cleveland Indian. Urshela played actually in a playoff series in 2017 with the Indians versus the Yankees in the division series that year. Indians kind of gave up on him and sent him to Toronto, where he didn't do very well as well, and then he ended up here in New York. And he's had some pretty good couple of seasons with the Yankees. You can say he was acquired from Toronto in 2018. He had a huge hit in Game 2 of the Wild Card Series. It gave the Yankees, I believe it was a 4-1 lead that game. The pitch, up high, ball 2-0. So Bieber struggling a little bit after recording the first out. 20 pitches so far for Shane Bieber. But Gio Urshela has been terrific for the Yankees as he wails on a pitch but foul. Bieber getting away with a pitch there, but it looks like he kind of grew. 2-1 pitch. swing and a foul back. The count goes for 2-2. The pitch, swing and a pop up behind the plate. Perez is going to make a play on it, and that is out number 2. So Voigt is stranded at first base for now, and that brings up Clint Frazier. Frazier, a former Cleveland Indian as well. He was part of a 2016 trade, along with Justice Sheffield, that sent Andrew Miller from the Yankees to the Indians. Of course, Miller hoping the Indians make an appearance in the World Series that year. Unfortunately, they fell to the Chicago Cubs, blowing a 3-1 series lead. But that was a very valuable deal for the Indians. 0-1 to count to Frazier. The next pitch, swing, and a nice strike 2. Then some thought that maybe Frazier will be out of town for the Yankees, but we'll see if that happens. The next pitch in the dirt, ball 1. Hernandez covering second base in case Voigt decided to go. One-two pitch, swing, and a nice strike 3. And that'll do it for the Yankees half of the second inning. We've played 2 with the score, the no score here in New York. Josh Naylor set to lead things off against Garrett Cole, top half of the third. We told you a little bit, Josh Naylor, of course, was involved with the trade that sent Mike Clevenger to the San Diego Padres. As he looks at strike 1, a shift being played on Naylor. Oh, 1 to count. He swings and hits a fly ball to left field. Going back is Clint Frazier. It's off the wall. Going to second base is Josh Naylor. And the Indians have their second hit of the evening. First time they've had a runner in scoring position. And Garrett Cole threw a decent pitch, and Josh Naylor just gets a hold of it and sends it to the warning track and to the wall. So there is a runner in scoring position, and that will bring up Delino DeShields Jr. So we'll see how the Indians do here. Here's a strike 1 to Delino DeShields Jr. He was part of a trade that sent Corey Kluger to the Texas Rangers. Oh, 1 pitch, down low, ball 1-1 to count. DeShields missed part of the season because he tested positive for the COVID-19 virus. Next pitch, here's a ground ball to first base, picked up by Voigt. He'll try to get Naylor at third, but he's safe. And he stepped on first and got 1. So almost a double play, not able to turn it. That brings up Cesar Hernandez. First pitch, looking ball 1. One on, one out, the pitch. Here's a strike, 1-1 to count. Next pitch, down, ball 2. Cesar looking at strike 2, 2-2 to count. Two-two pitch, swing on his strike 3. That is strikeout number 4 for Garrett Cole, and there is 2 away. You would hate to see the Indians waste this scoring opportunity. Opportunities like this are opportunities that you need to cash in on in the postseason. Jose Ramirez to the plate, looking at ball 1. That pitch looked like it could have gotten in there, but the home plate umpire says it's a ball. The next pitch, swing, and a nice strike one, and a pitch low. So 1-1 the count. Go ahead run 90 feet away at third. There's a strike, 1-2 the count to Jose Ramirez. Ramirez swings and fouls it away. A lot of people thought that Ramirez was an MVP candidate this year. We'll find out. 1-2 pitch. Swing! And a nice strike three, and the Indians blow a golden opportunity after getting the leadoff runner aboard. We will go to the bottom of the third. No score here in New York. Gleyber Torres leads things off for the Yankees. Bottom of the third, no score. This has been a terrific pitcher's duel so far. One run could be the difference here this evening. First pitch, looking at a strike one at the knees. Gleyber Torres signed out of Venezuela. He grew up idolizing Omar Vizquel, who had so many great years with the Cleveland Indians, and he's turned out to be a decent shortstop himself. 0-2 pitch. There's a ground ball to first base. Santana's going to flip it to Bieber, and Torres is out number one. Brings up Gary Sanchez. First pitch to Sanchez. Here's a swing and a ground ball to third. Hot shot to Ramirez, over to Santana for out number two. So Bieber has thrown minimal pitches here in the third, and that will bring up DJ LeMahieu, who flew out to deep center field his last time up. The first pitch, looking ball one, let him know the count. LeMahieu, a career 302 hitter. He has been a great pickup for the Yankees so far. The pitch fouled away for strike one. 1-1. He began his career, LeMahieu did, with the Chicago Cubs. Next pitch. Outside ball two. Spent some time in Colorado with the Rockies and then signed prior to last season with the Yankees. He takes outside ball three as we see Aaron Judge on deck. The pitch. There's a swing and a complete quick fly ball to the right side of the mound. Bieber takes care of it, and that is out number three. Saw LeMahieu's bat off. So we've played three, no score here in New York. Well, welcome back to New York. Top of the fourth inning. It is Francisco Lindor leads off in the wild card game. The wild card game. Lindor, a ground ball up the middle, his last time up. Here's the first pitch. Looking at strike one. Here's you can see the Yankees playing a shift on Lindor. Lindor good for beating shifts a lot of the time. We'll see if he goes the other way with it this time. Lindor taking outside ball one, 1-1 the count. The next pitch, swing and a miss. Strike two, 1-2. The next pitch, swing and a miss. Strike three, and a pitch way low and outside. That's the sixth strikeout for Garrett Cole, his third in a row. And I'm not too sure what Lindor was thinking about right there. That pitch was one he should have laid off on, and that's going to bring up Carlos Santana, who's 0 for 1, struck out back in the first. There's a swing and a miss, strike one. Santana trying to put that one in the seats. Ball 1-1 the count. In 2020, Carlos Santana only batted .199 with 8 home runs and 41 RBIs. Compared to the last couple of seasons at least, that is not a very good year. Not sure what was wrong with him, other than to say maybe it just was a weird year for everybody, Carlos included. The next pitch, swing and a fly ball to left center field. Aaron Hicks is there, and he puts it away for out number 2. Aaron Hicks, of course, a former Minnesota Twin, dealt with some injury issues himself. Brings up Franmil Reyes. Reyes grounded out back in the second inning. First pitch here is a swing and a shot foul down the third baseline. In 2020, 2.75 ERA for Ramirez, taking ball 1. 9 home runs, 58 RBIs, and 211 appearances. So, pretty good follow-up to last season, swinging on this strike 2. When Ramirez got to Cleveland in 2019, he struggled but finished it off strong. Reyes lifts it foul. So that's kind of a continuation of how he finished last season. 1-2 the pitch. Swing and a strike 3, strikeout number 7 for Cole. And we will go to the bottom of the 4th, no score in New York. Aaron Judge struck out back in the first. He will lead things off for the Yankees. Of course, in that wild card series this year, Judge hit a home run. And I believe it was game 2 that helped set a tone. Even though the Indians fought back, that really helped set a tone for the Yankees to come back and set up the home run, the grand slam, actually by Gio Urshela. 2-0 the count. Looking at strike 1, 2-1 the count. Here's a swing and a fly ball to left field. Josh Naylor is there, and Judge is out number 1. Aaron Hicks steps to the plate 0 for 1. Taking outside, ball 1, 1-0 the count. There's a strip being played for the Indians for Aaron Hicks. 1-0 count, looking at ball 2 to 1-0. Hicks fouls it away, 2-1 to count. 43 pitches so far for Shane Bieber. He is somewhat cruising. There's a swing and a miss, strike 2. The next pitch, out of the way, we'll do it again at 2-2. Swing and a foul again, so 2-2 the count. Judge fighting off Hicks fighting off Shane Bieber. There's a fly ball over the infield. Racing over is Carlos Santana from first base, and he'll make the catch for out number 2. So 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Bieber really doing a great job at getting these Yankees hitters to hit the ball, I believe, off the ends of their bat and not get much wood on him. He has generated a lot of weak flyouts here this evening. Giancarlo Stanton 0 for 1 this afternoon. First pitch is up high, ball 1. 1,141 career hits in 10 seasons for Giancarlo Stanton. That is a phenomenal career. Next pitch just hits the outside corner for 1-1, a strike. Stanton takes up high, ball for strike 2, just in the zone. The next pitch, low and away, ball 2, 2-2 the count. The next pitch, check the swing. They're going to say he went around for strike 3, so that will be strikeout number 4 for Shane Bieber. We've played 4, no score in New York. Well, welcome back to the American League Wild Card game this afternoon. So far for Garrett Cole as he starts the 5th inning, here are his numbers. No runs on 2 hits, 6 strikeouts in 4 innings pitched. So far, as you can see, the Indians talking about what they can do to try and get a run across the plate. And the reason they want to get runs is not only to try and win this game, but Shane Bieber is having a pretty special outing so far. Don't want to jinx anything, but Bieber hasn't given up a hit through 4 innings yet. So Tyler Naquin will lead things off here in the top half of the 5th for the Indians. As we said, no score. First pitch, high and inside, ball 1. Naquin, a former first round pick by the Indians. Next pitch, outside, ball 2, 2-0. Naquin taking up high for ball 3. Roberto Perez on deck. Of course, one of the big moments of Tyler Naquin's career was the inside of the park walk-off he hit during the 2016 season versus Toronto. There he takes a strike, low and away, 3-1 to count to Tyler Naquin. The next pitch fouls it off into the seats on the third base side, so the count is full, 3-2. Swing, and that is strike 3. That is strikeout number 8. So Garrett Cole really carving up the Indians lineup, and as you can see, Tyler Naquin way late on that one. So that's how things begin in the 5th for the Indians. Roberto Perez up to the plate, taking a high, ball 1. Struck out his last time up in the 2nd inning. Almost at the 70 pitch mark is Garrett Cole, but it has been a heck of an outing for him so far. The next pitch, outside, ball 2. Roberto Perez has a 33rd pick in the MLB draft, and he ends up here in the major leagues. Here's a fly ball to right field, but Aaron Hicks is there for out number 2. So 2 away quickly for the Indians here in the top half of the 5th. That brings up Josh Naylor. Naylor, a double his last time to the plate, got to 3rd but could not score, as Jose Ramirez struck out with him on 3rd and 2 outs. The first pitch, here's a swing and a fly ball deep to right. Judge on the run and makes the catch, and that'll do it. So we will see Luke Voigt, Gio Urshela, and Clint Frazier when we come back. Well, welcome back to Yankees Stadium, bottom of the 5th inning. And let's go ahead and give you Shane Bieber's numbers so far. 4 innings pitched, no hits, no runs. He has struck out 4 and walked 1. So again, a terrific performance on both sides for the starters. The Yankees trying to just see what they can muster runs-wise. And they know here as we're getting into the middle, late stages of this ball game if they can't get on the board, they're going to be going home. Luke Voigt to the plate. He walked his only time up. The only base runner so far of the game for the Yankees, and he will take the ball outside.
Count 1-0.
1-0 on the count, as you heard. I think he was a little surprised by that call. 1-0 pitch. Here's a swing and a miss. Strike one. 1-1. Bieber has been excellent with his pitch location and execution so far, as has Cole. Voigt pops it into the stands, 1-2 the count. The next pitch, he gets him on his hands. Fly ball to left field, but Josh Naylor is there for out number 1. Indians working a lot of these Yankees hitters inside, and that's what happened there on that pitch. Gio Urshela popped out back in the third. The pitch. Looking at strike one inside, 0-1 to count to Urshela. The next pitch, here's a swing and a fly ball to right field. Right at Taylor Naquin, and he makes the catch for out number 2. So again, another inning where Shane Bieber, who has thrown very few pitches, I believe, that was only his 4th or 5th. As Clint Frazier comes into the plate, he's 0 for 1. He struck out back in the second inning. But it's been quite the outing so far for Shane Bieber. The next pitch, there's a strike inside to Clint Frazier. The next pitch, low and away, but Frazier swings at it for strike 2. 41 strikes, as I think it said 40 balls by Shane Bieber, so he has been on point here this evening. 0-2. Taking outside, ball 1. Bieber trying to get Frazier to chase. Frazier wouldn't bite. The next pitch, strike 3 call. Frazier looking at strike 3, and that'll do it. We've played 5, no score here in New York. So Delino DeShields Jr. will lead things off for the Indians. Top half of the 6th, no score. This has been a classic playoff baseball game so far. The pitch down low, ball 1, 1-0. DeShields a first round pick. He hasn't had quite a first round pick career, but he has been a valuable player. Just the type of guy that Terry Francona likes to have on his roster because he's speedy and he can play multiple positions. And here's a line drive to right field, but right at Clint Frazier, out number 1. So we will go back to the top half of the order one more time. Cesar Hernandez, this will be the 3rd time through the order now for the Indians. Garrett Cole. First pitch, he tries to put a bunt down, and it is high in the air, and Urshela makes the play for out number 2. So a lot of failed execution here at the plate by both of these teams this evening, and that brings up Jose Ramirez, who last time struck out with a runner on 3rd base. That's been really the only scoring chance either of these two teams have had so far this evening, and he fouls the first pitch away. But this game has been all about pitching so far. Garrett Cole 8 strikeouts. Shane Bieber has 4. Only 2 hits given up by Garrett Cole so far. First pitch, oh, he hits Jose Ramirez. Not a very good time to hit a batter, especially when you're about to get out of an inning. You can see the look of disgust on Garrett Cole's face as Francisco Lindor is going to get to the plate. Boy, Cole really can't afford to make another mistake like that. That could be a game coster as he checks Ramirez at first. Ramirez back safely. Pitch is in the dirt. Ramirez takes off for second, and he's going to be in there safely. So a passed ball will be charged to Garrett Cole, and the Indians here have something cooking in the top half of the sixth, and they're going to put Francisco Lindor on. As you can see, manager Aaron Boone motioning for an intentional walk. And that's going to bring up Carlos Santana. So with 2 away, Garrett Cole has worked himself into a jam. Santana 0 for 2. He's struck out and flown out. But he is not a guy that you would have seen in a situation like this. Runners on first and second, 2 outs, and Santana taking inside for ball 1. Versus Cole, Santana 1 for 6, 167 average. But in the playoffs, anything can happen as he takes and looks at ball 2, 2-0. Critical point of this game here. Runners on first and second, 2 away.
Ball 3.
Santana taking outside, ball 3. So quite the patient at bat by Carlos Santana, but those are the types of at bats that Carlos Santana is known for. 3-0. Santana swings and misses. Strike 1. 3-1 the count. Looked like he was trying to make this a 3-0 ball game at that second. 3-1 the count. Looking strike 2, so the count is still 3-2. Indians in danger of not being able to take advantage of another opportunity. And Santana fouls it away. Another foul ball. Looked like it was the same pitch. Santana fouls the third pitch away. Cole getting upwards to 90 pitches, so you can't imagine he'll last much longer. Another foul ball, 4 straight fouls. Runners on first and second, full count. Swing it on this, strike 3, and Cole gets out of a jam. So the Indians unable to convert with a runner in scoring position for the second time. And we'll go to the bottom of the sixth, no score in New York. Gleyber Torres will lead things. First Shane Bieber approaching the 65 pitch mark. He'd probably be good for a complete game if you needed one. And in the playoffs, conserving your bullpen is such an important thing, especially if you want to advance, but the Indians have to get the win. 2-0 count to Gleyber Torres. He'll take down low ball, 3-0. One hit could change the face of this game. Down the middle, strike 1, 3-1 to count. That's why you've got to be great with all of your pitches from here on out if you're Shane Bieber or Garrett Cole. Torres fouls it away, 3-2. But this is what baseball is about, folks. 3-2 count. Swing and a foul. That will do it again at 3-2. Fouled away. This is very similar to the bat Carlos Santana had in the top half of this inning. Torres fouls it off again. 70 pitches so far for Shane Bieber. There's a swing and a fly ball to right, not deep enough as Tyler Naquin will make the catch for out number 1. Brings up Darius Sanchez, who's 0 for 1 with a ground out back in the third. First pitch, low and away, ball 1. Shane Bieber not showing any signs of wearing down, nor is Garrett Cole. We thought that Cole might have worked his way into some trouble in the top half of this inning. He worked his way out of it. Shane Bieber has not allowed a runner at all this evening. The first pitch, next pitch, taking strike one, 2-1 to count. Pitch. There's a swing and a foul ball down the third base line, 2-2 to count. Taking outside, 3-2. DJ LeMahieu on deck. Sanchez fouls it away. We'll do it again at 3-2. Here is a ground ball to Lindor. He will pick it up and throw it to first, and Sanchez is out number 1 in the bottom of the 6th. Well, you just got to keep up if you're Shane Bieber, because the fact of the matter is you can have these Yankee bats under control, but when it comes playoff time, weird things happen here at Yankees Stadium, and the Yankees have been known for late game heroics, especially in the playoffs. Some of those games from the 2001 World Series come to mind when the Yankees had some last-at-bat heroics off of Byung-Hyun Kim. One of those that comes to mind was the Game 5 walk-off home run that Derek Jeter hit. There's a swing and a miss, strike 2 to LeMahieu. Excuse me, that was out number 2, so there's 2 away here in the bottom of the 2nd. The bottom of the 6th. The next pitch, low in the inside ball. 1-1 and 2. Yankees fans trying to jumpstart this team. The pitch, here is a fly ball to center field. Back going is Galino to Shields, but he is going to make the catch. And we'll go to the 7th. No score here in New York. Franmil Reyes will lead things off in the top half of the 7th inning. And he will face Garrett Cole, who through 6 innings has only given up 2 hits and struck out 9. So just as phenomenal as what Shane Bieber's been here this evening. The pitch. Here's a swing and a big swing and a foul by Franmil Reyes. 0-1 to count. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Reyes was way outside of that one. So Reyes is going to have to settle in here and try and work Garrett Cole, who's at the 90 pitch mark. But it's been, like I said, a phenomenal outing. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So that is strikeout number 10. And Garrett Cole is having a performance for the ages here this evening. We're talking Randy Johnson or Kurt Schilling territory here. So there's one away for Tyler Naquin, who has struck out twice here this evening. The first pitch is a foul ball over the first base side. Luke Voigt coming over. He'll make the catch for out number 2. So this is the type of inning Garrett Cole needed to have, especially if the Yankees are going to make some kind of a comeback here. Roberto Perez coming to the plate. He's 0 for 2. But you wonder how much longer Cole's going to be in. Obviously, if you're Aaron Boone, you'd like for Cole to have the victory, especially with this type of performance. But what are the risks, especially in a scoreless game where one swing changes it? Ground ball to third. Urshela picks it up, throws to first, and that's a quiet bottom of the 7th. We've played 7. Aaron Judge will lead things off the top of the 7th. It's stretch time here in New York. Aaron Judge at the plate. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and fly out. Aaron Judge wearing number 99. Normally 99 is a number that you would wear during spring training. Aaron Judge uses that for motivation, and I'll tell you what, he's used that motivation to what has been a terrific, probably Hall of Fame career so far. 1-0 the pitch. Count the next pitch, taking it to me, strike one. Or if you're Bieber, this is territory that you're going to have to be careful. You put a ball in the seats here, it could do it, and there's a ground ball to left field. So that is the first hit of the game for the Yankees. So Shane Bieber had a no-hitter going into this inning. That's gone now. Judge found a hole and sent it right through it. So a runner on first, nobody out for Aaron Hicks here in the bottom of the seventh. Bieber missing inside, ball one. Well, you can't let that rattle your confidence if you're Shane Bieber. You've got to come back and do what you've been doing this whole ball game. 1-0 pitch up high, ball 2-0. If Bieber allows Hicks on, you may want to go out and have a conference with him because he's getting up there in pitches. He's getting upwards towards 90 now. If you start letting runners on, that might be a sign of wearing down. The next pitch is a ground ball to second. Hernandez to Lindor for one, on to first for two. And that is just what the doctor ordered if you are Shane Bieber. Well, Bieber worked himself into a little bit of damage and threw a great pitch to work that double play. So that is going to bring up Giancarlo Stanton with none on and 2 outs. I'll tell you what, if Hicks gets on there, that's an unfavorable matchup because these are the type of situations Stanton thrives in. He swings and misses at strike one. There's a shot to center field, but DeShields has a play, and he will put it away. So we have played 7. No score here in New York. Josh Naylor leads things off when we come back. Josh Naylor leading things off for the Indians in the top of the 8th inning. Is action in the Yankee bullpen. Garrett Cole at the 94 pitch mark. You'd like to see him last a little while longer if you're Aaron Boone, maybe at least through the first of this inning. As you can see, Chad Green and Jonathan Holder are warming up in the Yankee bullpen. 0-1 the count to Josh Naylor. He's 1 for 2 this afternoon. Taking outside ball 1, running 1 the count. Next pitch, swing, and a nice strike 2. Down in the dirt, 2-2 the count. Down low, ball 3, so Naylor coming back. Having a great at bat here. Boy, could the Indians use a surge and a base runner here, but they're not going to get it as Naylor swings and misses. And that's strikeout number 11 for Garrett Cole. Brings up the Lionel DeShields Jr. I do believe he is the only Indian that doesn't have a strikeout to his game this afternoon, incredibly enough. And DeShields puts a bunt down. Here comes Urshela, can't handle it. And DeShields is on first base with 1 out. And so DeShields sensing maybe this is the start of something. Garrett Cole, 66 strikes, 35 balls, and 101 pitches, and they're going to come get him. So it's been a great outing for Garrett Cole. If you're Aaron Boone, the best you can do is hope the bullpen holds forward. He's going to get a nice ovation. Great outing for the ages, I'd say, by Garrett Cole, and that is going to bring in Chad Green to the game. He will face Cesar Hernandez, and he'll check the shields at first, but he's back safely. This is the 4th trip to the plate for Hernandez. 0 for 3 this afternoon. The pitch. Here goes DeShields to second. He is in safely. And so Lionel DeShields, a stolen base with nobody out. And the Indians are going to get a chance to get a run. This could be their best yet with actually only 1 out. There's a swing and a miss. Strike 2. The throw to get DeShields at third, but he's safe. So the Indians being aggressive here in the top half of this inning, they know we're at a point where 1 run could probably win it for you. So let's see what happens. This is a good position for the Indians. 0-2 the count. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So Green sets Hernandez down, and that is out number 2. Boy, what a missed chance there, and Hernandez knew it, as you see by his emotion. So that's going to bring up Jose Ramirez. The pitch, up and in, ball 1. Delino DeShields is on third base. Garrett Cole is responsible for that run, so if he scores, the run will be charged to Garrett Cole. Here's the pitch, up high, ball 2, 2-0. The next pitch fouls it away, 2-1 to count. Next pitch out, down low and inside, ball 3. Brings up Francisco Lindor. On deck, excuse me. Boy, if you're the Yankees, you do not want to see him at the plate. You want to try to get Ramirez here. The pitch here is a fly ball to right field. Back going is Judge. This ball is gone! And the Indians have a 2-0 lead. And a disappointment for Chad Green. As you can see, Terry Francona elated. Late inning heroics here by Jose Ramirez, who was hot all year. And that will close the book on Garrett Cole. Jose Ramirez, wow. What a patient at bat and what a display of power. And as a result of that, the Indians up 2-0 with 2 outs. Here in the 8th. First pitch. Down low, ball 1. 1-0 the count. So that closes the book on Garrett Cole. 8 1/3 innings, 3 hits, striking out 11. No walks for Garrett Cole this afternoon. 2-0 the count for Francisco Lindor. Unfortunately, Chad Green will have an unearned run. Down low, ball 3, 3-0. So again, for Garrett Cole, 8 1/3 innings, 3 runs on 1 hit. That was an earned run. 11 strikeouts, no walks, and he hit a batter. The next pitch. In there for strike 1, 3-1. So Garrett Cole is also on the hook for a loss. Cole cannot win this one. 3-2. Swing and a miss. So now the count is 4 on Lindor. 3-2 offering. Just missing outside ball 4. And Lindor walks. Chad Green unable to get the out there. So Carlos Santana coming to the plate, who's 0 for 3. He struck out his last time out. Well, the Indians had runners in scoring position and on base a couple of times this evening and were unable to break through, but they did get a 2-run home run from Jose Ramirez here in the top half of the 8th, and that is where the 2-0 score comes from. The next pitch in there for strike 1, a 1-1 to count. Next pitch swing and a nice strike 2. Francisco Lindor is on first base. Oh, 1-2 the count. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That is the second strikeout for Chad Green, but Jose Ramirez with a huge 2-out homer in the top half of the 8th, and after 7.5, the Indians have a 2-0 lead. Well, Luke Voigt will lead things off for the Yankees in the bottom of the 8th, as you saw Brad Hand up and throwing in the Indians bullpen. Shane Bieber at the 90 pitch mark. That's the one good thing for the Yankees. He could be wearing down, and if that's the case, the Yankees have the opportunity to get their bats going as you get a look at Brad Hand. You do get somewhat of a feeling that the Yankees are going to try to make this very, very interesting, because regardless of what era it is, they seem to be able to get their bats out when it matters, and it's going to matter here. 2-0 the count to Luke Voigt. The pitch swing and a miss, strike 1 as Roberto Perez sets up inside. Next pitch fouled off, 2-2. Indians working Voigt inside. Last 2 pitches at least. Swing and a nice strike 3. Perez had trouble handling it, but he'll throw down to first and get Voigt for out number 1. Gio Urshela, who's 0 for 2, at the plate now. The pitch, swing and a nice strike 1 as Urshela tried to put a run up on the board. If you're the Yankees, you just got to keep chipping away, though, because 1 run's not going to do it. You need at least 2, if not 3. Well, you do need 3, but for right now, at least 2. With the first pitch, ground ball to Lindor. He has a play on it, and he throws Urshela out for out number 2. Clint Frazier at the plate, 0 for 2. He struck out his last 2 times up. The pitch, strike 1 called. It's been a clinic this afternoon for Shane Bieber through 7 2/3 so far. The pitch, swing and a nice strike 2, 0-2. Shane Bieber with no runs, 1 hit, 4 strikeouts, no walks. Swing and a nice strike 3, that's 5. We've played 8, we'll go to the 9th. 2-0 Indians. Jonathan Holder into the game for the New York Yankees, so that'll do things for Chad Green. That'll be the end of him. He goes 1 inning, giving up 1 unearned run and 1 hit, 2 strikeouts and a base on ball. The pitch, down low, ball 1 to Franmil Reyes. So we'll see if Jonathan Holder can keep the Indians at bay here. He's going to have to give the Yankees 1 final chance in the bottom of the 9th. The pitch, there's a swing and a foul, 1-1 to count. The next pitch, taking strike 2, 1-2. There you can see beautiful new Yankees Stadium. Some disappointed fans right now, but October baseball at Yankee Stadium is what the playoffs are about. 2-2 to count the Rays, which would make it an even bigger win for the Indians if they can get it here this evening. Looking at strike 3, and there's one away. First strikeout for Jonathan Holder. So there you can see it. 7 in the third innings for Garrett Cole. 1 run on 3 hits. He struck out 11 and only walked 1. 101 pitches. What a great performance from Garrett Cole. And as we told you, unfortunately, he will not be able to win it. But he, at this point, will be the loser unless the Yankees can come back in the bottom of the ninth. Lakeland fouls it away for strike 1. If the Indians hold on, they will travel to Tampa Bay for Game 1 of the Division Series. Ground ball to second base. They'll throw to first for out number 2. Beautiful play by DJ LeMahieu. That brings up Roberto Perez as Perez grounded out his last time out back in the 7th. First pitch, strike 1 to Roberto Perez. Lucas Cesar and Jonathan Lagosia are up in the bullpen for the Yankees. I would doubt either one of those two will be needed, but you never know. It's October baseball, folks. 0-1 to count to Perez. The pitch, up high, ball 1, 1-1. The count. The next pitch, swing, and a nice strike 1, 1-2 to count. One-two pitch, fouled away. We'll do it again at 1-2. The pitch, swing, and a nice strike 3. And the Indians go in order. We'll go to the bottom of the ninth. The score, the Indians 2, the Yankees nothing. Well, bottom of the ninth, this is the last chance for the New York Yankees. If they want to advance in the playoffs, they're going to have a miracle of bottom of the ninth. And folks, that is not completely out of the question for the Yankees. And if you know your baseball history, you'll know that. Shane Bieber's still on the mound at the 100 pitch mark, and he throws pitch number 101 for a strike, 0-1 to Gleyber Torres. The pitch. Here's a ground ball back to Bieber. Bieber turns, throws, and he gets Torres for out number 1. So the Indians are 2 outs away from a trip to the Division Series. That brings up Gary Sanchez. Sanchez 0 for 2 this afternoon. As you can see, some nervous Yankees fans. The first pitch down low, ball 1. 1-0 the count. So the Indians advance. They will play the number 1 seed Tampa Bay Rays in the American League Division Series. 1-0 pitch. Taking outside for ball 2. We will bring, should the Indians not have a meltdown and be able to close this one out, we will have Game 1 of that Division Series with Tampa Bay at 10:30 Eastern on Friday night right here on my Twitch channel, Quick Guy 78. The pitch, there's a swing and a miss, strike 2, 2-2 the count. So stay tuned for that. 2-2 the count to Gary Sanchez. The pitch fouls it away, 2-2. We'll do it again. The next pitch, there's a fly ball to left field. Back going is Josh Naylor. He is at the wall, and he makes the catch for out number 2. So the Indians are now away with DJ LeMahieu coming to the plate. Boy, folks, I thought there was a chance that ball could go in. So did the Yankees fans as we heard the reaction. A flyout back in the 6th inning for DJ LeMahieu. Well, Shane Bieber will not get a no-hitter tonight, but he will get a win and a trip to the division series. Should they be able to get DJ LeMahieu out right here? There's Aaron Judge. Boy, would you hate to see him come to the plate. You want to get LeMahieu here. Here's a swing and a big foul down the left field line for strike 1 and line 1 to count. 110 pitches for Bieber. There's another foul ball. So it's down to this. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bieber's pitch. There's a ground ball into center field. Base hit. And the Yankees had some new life here with 2 outs. And Aaron Judge at the plate is Shane Bieber. You can see it, 8 2/3 innings, only 2 hits, no runs, a walk, 7 strikeouts. So just as good of a performance as what Garrett Cole had. He would be the winner if he can close it out. Aaron Judge at the plate, taking outside ball 1. A single for Judge back in the 7th. He began that inning with that single. Yankees fans getting loud. They know that there's a chance here this game could be tied when you have Aaron Judge at the plate. There's a swing and a drive to left field, and it'll get down in front of Naylor. And the Yankees have runners on first and second with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th. And the Yankees putting one of their historical rallies together here. So hang on to your hits, folks. This one's not over yet. And that's going to bring Terry Francona to the mound. We are going to see Brad Hand. So a great performance here from Shane Bieber. And disappointing for sure, but there are 2 outs. We'll see what Brad Hand does here in the bottom half of the 9th.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Now pitching for the team, number 33, Brad.
So that's going to bring on Brad Hand. Hand is in line, I believe, for reliever of the year.
Now running to the second base, number 14,
He will face Aaron Hicks. As you can see, Kyle Quantrill is up and throwing to the Indians bullpen in case things go south for the Indians. Aaron Hicks 0 for 3. He grounded into a double play his last time up. Here's the first pitch. Fly ball to left field. Josh Naylor's there, and he makes the catch for out number 3, and the Indians are moving on. So all Brad Hand needed was 1 pitch, and the Yankees are retired. So the Indians will move on to face the Tampa Bay Rays in the division series. A masterpiece for Shane Bieber. He gets the win. 7 2/3 innings, giving up no runs on 2 hits and striking out 7. For the Yankees, disappointing finish. But, hey, if you're a Yankees fan, you've got a lot to be proud of. But for the Indians, it is a trip to the American League Division Series. Again, we'll have it for you Friday night at 10:30, right here on my Twitch channel, Channel Cook Guy 78. So, the Indians celebrating here. Let's get a look at our player of the game. I can't imagine it's anyone other than Shane Bieber. And it looks like that's who it's going to be. Yep, Shane Bieber is your player of the game here tonight, folks, and very deservingly so, as he showed a lot of heart and a lot of grit, and it ends up with a 2-0 victory for the Indians this afternoon. And in the playoffs, these are the type of performances that you need if you're going to move on, as we get a look at some of the highlights of Shane Bieber, your American League Wild Card Game MVP, or player of the game at least. 8 2/3 innings, only 3 hits, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. Just a phenomenal performance by Shane Bieber. Well, let's go ahead and look at the highlights of this evening's game. Here, Tyler Naquin struck out from Garrett Cole, who just had a terrific performance. It's a shame Cole didn't get the win, as he went 8 1/3 innings, only giving up 2 hits, 1 run, and 11 strikeouts, as we're going to see yet another strikeout here from Cole. We've told you Shane Bieber had a clinic, so did Garrett Cole this evening, folks. There is a single that Aaron Judge led the 7th inning off with, and there was a little bit of nervousness, but then Aaron Hicks hit into a ground ball double play, and then the top of the 8th, the big hit of the game right here, the 2-run, 2-out home run by Jose Ramirez. That put the Indians over the top, and then Shane Bieber was taken out with 2 outs in the 9th. Brad Hand came on and threw 1 pitch and got Aaron Hicks to fly out, and the Indians win it 2-0. They are on their way to the American League Division Series to face the Rays. 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors for the Indians. For the Yankees, no runs on 3 hits, no errors. Shane Bieber got the win. Garrett Cole lost it. Brad Hand got the save. Time of the game, 1 hour and 17 minutes. So as we just told you, folks, as we just told you, folks, the Indians are moving on in the playoffs. They will take on the Tampa Bay Rays. I'll have that game for you right here on Cook Guys 78 Friday night at 10:30. We will see you then. The final score in this American League Division game, American League Wild Card Playoff Series, the Cleveland Indians 2, the New York Yankees 0. Thank you for watching this edition of my Cleveland Indians 2020 Playoffs Playback. So long, everybody.